What's up, guys? Binaries are a ton of fun. You know, Tannerite here. A lot of times you would think of this as 1 pound. No, I see it as 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards. Get back, because this stuff, if something isn't bolted down, or even if it is bolted down, it will unbolt it and send it radially. So now the internet has shown us multiple times about Tannerite. One of the earliest things that I saw was FPS Russia. Oh, FPS Russia. You can watch him. He's got what looks like to be a Ford truck packed full, and he takes the shot, and then what looks like a fender and ender fender comes flying toward him, and you can actually see the moment where dude just looks like he knew he almost ate it. Of course, I've shot a whole bunch of binaries in the past. I've had a great deal of fun with it. One of the latest times that I was doing it, I was shooting a rimfire sensitive. The little white lightnings, they're just these tiny little caps, and they go off with 22 or whatever. Rimfire, literally rimfire sensitive. But we had an explosion about 40 miles away. And so this plant explosion 40 miles away, I wasn't even thinking about it. I live out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing out here to blow up. The nearest substation is like, I don't know, 5 miles that way. So I could just sit out here and blow stuff up, you know. There's nothing around, you know. It's nothing like an industrial explosion. But now I was shooting that stuff, and it was so funny. One of the volunteer fire departments, they were trying to figure out where this was coming from because it was echoing majestically. Lots of you guys have seen the mountain range back behind me. It was echoing majestically down the mountain. So these guys were hearing it all the way in town, and they were hearing the booms. So they sent a volunteer fire department guy out to look for it. So the volunteer guy, he was actually out running around trying to find the booms because, you know, basically you mix one, you walk it out there, you set it down, you shoot it, and you talk a little bit, and then you walk another one out there and you shoot. So it was really erratic. It was hard for him to find it. But he was on the radio, and he's like, I think I've got him, because I'd actually found this perfect place to put it in the dirt. There was this nice little bowl in the dirt, and it was sending up a donut cloud, you know, like a smoke ring, and I thought it was really cool. So anyway, he's standing there on the road. He sees the smoke ring come up. Then I mixed another one, walked out there and shot it, and boom, here comes the smoke ring. And he's like, I found him, I found him. And then they hear the boom. Then it echoes majestically down the mountain, and they hear boom. So he hears the boom back. It was so hilarious. But he came over, you know, and we talked for a little bit. And he says, yeah, you know, it's kind of not smart to shoot that stuff considering we'd had a little bit of an explosion. And I said, well, I guess respectfully, but I'm out here literally in the middle of nowhere. There's no industrial explosions. So let's go ahead and check out our first guy here. We just mentioned FPS Russia. I am going to go and call this guy, I guess, FPS Tijuana. So this fella here is probably, I don't know, what does that look like? Maybe 25, 30 yards? So boom! Boy, he ducked when that thing was already 30 feet behind him. Man, he almost ate it. He knows he almost ate it. That's probably the first thing he hadn't eaten today. But yeah, dude. So now this thing comes flying by. He's got to turn around, flag all of his family members, and then just look at that on-body carry. Broseph has got 3 total guns. And of course, I love this little tune here. I put this on Instagram, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months ago. So let's move on to this next guy. So I'm sitting here looking at this, and is that like a little igloo cooler, like a little sandwich cooler? What is that? Some kind of little container. So we can't quite see how many pounds of Tannerite he has in it, but he is another member of the sub 30 yard club. So now he takes a few shots, takes a few more shots than I thought it would at that really short range, and boom. So now at this point, since YouTube's really weird and some of you guys are squeamish, I'm going to turn it gray. So we're not showing any blood, but man, I've never seen anything come out of a face that looked arterial like that. Boy, is that one heck of a bleed. And now that style of glasses, yeah, I do like them, but I do not trust these for any type of ballistic use. But now, as you see him go around, his buddy's like, don't look at it, don't look at it. But as you see him go around to the mirror, I want you to pause. You're distracted by the guy looking in the mirror. You're looking at the blood. You're looking at the squirt there. What you need to realize is these side airbags have blown out in this thing. Can you imagine making an insurance claim when you didn't run into anybody? You know, those We Are Farmers, they know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two. I promise you they ain't seen that one yet. That's freaking wild. So what can we take away from this? Again, just like FPS Tijuana, back up. Get back away from it. So let's move on to these next fellas. Now these next fellas, they look like they got their 100 yards back. Now I can't play theirs because they'll get me a copyright. But they look like they did get 100 yards back, and dude is hiding behind a berm. So he's got an F-150, which is a common thread. Boom! Dude, it's raining radiator supports. Holy crap. So dude got behind a freaking berm and still almost ate it. So he's probably at least 150 yards away, and gravity still did him absolutely no freaking favors. So here it is from another angle. Ugh. I don't know, I'd have been running. But boy, wasn't that a pretty new model truck? I'm wondering if this was a northern truck or a southern boy that just had too much money. But like a northern truck, let's say that it's rusted out and the motor goes bad and it's no good. But I'm just curious if this isn't a southern boy with too much money, because I promise you, a body like that, somebody would be glad to pay for a body and, you know, put a motor in it, transmission, whatever would be needed. But, yeah, that's a pretty new model. So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, please consider subscribing. Smash that thumbs up. Leave me an awesome comment. I miss seeing you guys in the comment section. Of course, make sure you check out the Linktree links down below. Those links have got my affiliate links. They'll help the channel out just a little bit. Helps put guns or ammo back in guns, Tannerite back in jars, gasoline back in the tank, so that I can keep turning on a camera for you and making these videos. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. I love you. I love my Tannerite, but I do not love shrapnel. Y'all take care.